On to a rare moment of unity. Congressional Democrats and Republicans linked arms on Capitol Hill. They swayed together and sang the civil rights anthem, "We Shall Overcome." The lawmakers and other guests gathered for a ceremony commemorating the 50th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act. They posthumously awarded the Congressional Gold Medal to the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his wife, Coretta Scott King. They were both, of course, instrumental in the fight for equality and passage of Civil Rights Acts. Well, earlier I spoke with Martin Luther King III. He's the son of the slain civil rights leader. Martin Luther King III, welcome to Arise America, and thank you so much for being here with us. We really do appreciate it. Congratulations for the posthumous award that has been awarded to your mom and dad, the Congressional Gold Medal. Can you tell me what this award means to your father's legacy as well as to your family?
Well, the wonderful thing about the this particular Congressional Medal of Honor is it was given in honor of my father and my mother, for they represented a team in a real sense and a partnership through the whole movement and the struggle. Now, Dad wanted to, in his life, eradicate what he called were the triple evils of poverty, racism, militarism, and violence. Mom continued during her lifetime also working on those areas. Obviously, if we look at where our world is today, we still have not addressed those issues. And so it's always wonderful, I should say, and thankful to Congress that they would bestow this honor upon my parents. But I'm more concerned about the fact that next year we will observe the 50th anniversary of the Voting Rights Act. And of course, the Voting Rights Act, just about a year ago, was decimated by the Supreme Court. Therefore, Congress must be engaged to create legislation not just to preserve the Voting Rights Act, but really to fix our voting system. The fact of the matter is people around the nation, in some cities, because of new ID provisions and other kinds of things, it's very difficult for people to vote, certainly for students, for seniors, for single moms, for hourly workers, which is unacceptable because we go around the world promoting democracy, and yet it seems like there are some communities that are attempting to suppress democracy. And so what I'm saying is, by next year, August 6th, when we observe the 50th anniversary in 2015, we should hopefully be able to say we have overcome because we fixed our voting system. The president made a commitment to it, said we can fix this issue, and we're going to. It's now time for Congress to not just dialogue, but to do something on this issue. Yeah, as a matter of fact, some of the speeches were referred to as lofty rhetoric today, but we do know that Nancy Pelosi, as well as Congressman Levin and Fudge, who is the chairwoman of the Congressional Black Caucus, have called upon their colleagues to pass just such legislation that you mentioned. Were you able to have conversations with any of the legislators during this time of the ceremony to get a commitment from them on to whether or not this is a realistic goal for the next legislative session? Yes, I did actually speak with Senator Schumer. The Senate side had a brief encounter with Senator Rand Paul. Also met with Congressman Stinson-Brenner. Of course, spoke to Chairperson Fudge of the Black Caucus. So, yes, we did have an opportunity to meet with some members to talk about what we can do to help move this process, because there's, in my judgment, there's nothing that's more important than making sure that all Americans can not just can vote, but there are no restrictions to keep Americans from voting. Mr. King, I have to ask you this before I let you go. I'm sure you probably don't want to address it, but there have been headlines in the news about disagreements between you and your siblings about what to do with some of your father's items, including his Bible and his Nobel Peace Prize. Where are you all with those issues? Well, you know, those issues will be resolved. They're not resolved this particular moment, but they're certainly going to be resolved. The fact of the matter is the Nobel Prize has never been seen, I don't think, by anyone. And if there's a way to create a constructive arrangement for the prize and the Bible to be seen on a consistent basis, then perhaps there will be something that can be done. But at this particular point, it's sort of in a holding pattern.
Kind of in a holding pattern. I'm sure that
Yes.
everyone wants to see that to be resolved. And oh, by the way, the Congressional Gold Medals will be kept by the Smithsonian Institution. That's got to make you feel very proud as well.
That is correct. Yeah, the African American Museum that is being erected currently, that's exactly correct. In fact, that could possibly be also where the Nobel Prize and the Bible would be housed as well.
Yeah, I'm not a member of your family, but that sounds like a really good idea to me. Martin Luther King III, we want to thank you, and again, congratulations to you and your family.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you're watching Arise America.